Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to introduce to you the 2018 NADA Chairman from Jackson, Michigan, Wes Lutz. Wes, I'd like to hand the keys over to you today. That's why we're here. You know, you've had the privilege and the responsibility to lead NADA this coming year as our new chairman. Congratulations to you, Wes, and have a wonderful year. It's a pleasure working with you.
Thanks, Mark. Thanks. But before you go, I just want to say what a great job you did. It was a pleasure following you behind you and learning, so thank you.
Thank you so much.
Really appreciate it. Thank you. Well, good afternoon. What has been the single most exciting industry over the past century? We all know the answer to that question. It's the one that puts 255 million cars and trucks on the road. It's the one that touches every town, community, and city by virtue of cars sold, jobs created, and community support. It's the one that gives people mobility and the freedom to live where they want, to go where they want. The single most exciting industry over the past century is ours. The auto industry is embedded in the psyche of every American. We have brought generations of families together. You know, people give their cars names. They recall moments in their lives based on the car they owned at the time. And every time we hear the State of the Union address, there's always an update on the auto industry. Vehicle ownership is part of the American dream. So auto dealers, be proud of what you do, because none of this would have taken place without you. Be proud of your dedication to get up every day and turn the lights on, to take the risk, to endure every downturn, and work hard for every record year. Now, the big question. Everybody wants to know what the next 100 years have in store, specifically autonomous vehicles and vehicle ownership, and this idea that people don't want to own cars. A lot of people are focused on how smartphones and autopilot systems will make ride-sharing better. You know, when the cell phones first came out, their number one function was that you could make a call anywhere you go. You fast forward 20 years, mobile phones have evolved into so much more than that. Today, your phone is an app machine, it's a social space, it's a GPS, it's your personal office, it's a way of life, it's a platform. The automobile has evolved just like that, and it's still evolving. It's true, technology makes sharing a car more convenient than ever. But what the naysayers forget is that technology also makes owning a car better than it used to be. I have a friend whose dream it is to have a self-driving car with a bed in it, so he can get in the car in Las Vegas at 10 p.m., sleep all night, wake up in San Francisco, in time to hit the gym and go to a morning meeting. And you know what? An auto dealer is going to sell him that car in the future. Consumers and government are telling us they want zero-emission battery-powered cars. Auto dealers are going to sell the vast majority of electric cars someday. Just imagine a car that can pick your friend up from the airport. Or moms and dads, imagine a car that drives your kids to all of their after-school activities. Imagine a car with a robot built in. It's so smart, it knows what you want and drives you around town. Or my favorite, how about this? Imagine a car with a robot chef that prepares your favorite meals and beverages for you anywhere you are. You know, humans are mobile. A car is not just transportation. A car is a mobile enclosure that provides a place to rest, a place to eat, a place to talk, a place to do business, and most importantly, a place to share family time. The automobile has been the most exciting platform for innovation the past 100 years, and it will be for the next 100. Let me share a story with you. Last December, my wife was taking down a mountain of Christmas decorations, and she needed some bins to store the ornaments. So she asked me to take a trip to the nearest store and buy her some 99-cent bins. Our nearest store is about 1.5 miles from our house, so like the awesome husband I am, I got in my car and I went. I came back with 3 bins, but she still needed a few more. So I went back and bought more. This happened 2 more times, and because I'm a saint, I got them for her. Can you imagine taking those trips with a Lyft? The price of the fare, 2 miles there, 2 miles back, wouldn't be worth the price of the plastic bins. And I live in Jackson, Michigan. In Michigan, ice hockey is a way of life. If you play hockey, you know that half the battle is hauling the gear. Imagine calling Uber to lug the equipment into someone else's car, then ordering another one when you're ready to go home, and doing it again the next day. It's just easier to leave the stuff in the car. So I challenge and refute the notion that people won't want to own cars. I know you've all been taking taxis and Uber to get from your hotels to the convention center and to your dinner reservations and soon to the airport. It might be convenient right now because you don't have your car. But can you imagine doing that every day for every trip you take, especially if you don't live in the city? And an awful lot of us don't, by the way. My point is this: just because a new system pops up, it doesn't mean the old one is dead. And just because technology changes, it doesn't mean the car's usefulness is gone. At almost every turn, dealers have faced challenges, some major ones. But our troubles didn't define us. How we responded to them did. In the 90s, with the advent of the internet, our detractors predicted our demise. Today, we're using the internet to benefit our customers. We're not fighting against it. We didn't just survive, we thrived. We didn't sit back and wait for customers or circumstances to work out in our favor. We shaped our own market. And if you want to look at it from a numbers perspective, industry data shows that we hit a record in vehicle ownership across the globe. Global sales of passenger cars and trucks surpassed 90 million for the first time in 2017. So, car ownership is stronger than ever. It means people will still need dealers tomorrow the way they did yesterday. And NADA will be there. NADA will continue to fight for you in our nation's capital in the face of regulatory and legislative burdens. We will continue to reach out to manufacturers and build strong relationships moving ahead. Auto dealers have a massive role to play. We will invest in new franchises, we will invest in new facilities, we will invest in new technologies, and we will bring exciting, inspiring, life-changing products to our customers, just like we've been doing for the last 100 years. What a great industry. Well, I'd like to take a moment and thank some people that have been with me. I wouldn't be here without my support team. The people have helped to get me from Jackson, Michigan to the stage today. My coworkers are here, some of my coworkers, 20-year coworkers, my family, and especially my wife, Judy. I'd also like to thank the great men and women on the NADA Board of Directors who connect us to all 50 states and the awesome staff at NADA. And of course, all of you for being here today. So, NADA's work on your behalf will continue. We won't miss a beat. It's an honor to serve as NADA Chairman, and I look forward to the responsibility. It's going to be a great year. It's going to be a great 10 years, so let's get to work. Thank you.